Erin.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite movies and shows to watch on Disney Plus during quarantine. So, we begin.
My first movie is Lilo and Stitch. What a shock, honestly, we all know that. And this movie is about a little girl named Leo, and she was very lonely, and she made a wish upon a star and wanted a friend. And basically they thought they adopted a dog, but it was an alien, and they have a wild adventure finding out like what Stitch was, and you guys should watch it.
So the first movie that I'm suggesting is Iron Man. Iron Man is about Tony Stark, a brilliant inventor. He was conducting weapons tests overseas when terrorists kidnapped him and forced him to make a suit. He ended up building that suit and upending his captors and returned to America. He refines the suit and uses it to defeat terrorism and crime.
My second movie is Lady and the Tramp. So this movie is about a stray dog and another dog that lives at home, and basically Lady runs away and she finds Tramp, and they basically fall in love, and the family ends up doing something with Tramp, and they have puppies.
So my second movie is Mulan. This elderly man was summoned to go to war, but his daughter was fearful that he would get hurt or maybe get killed in the war, so she took his place. But girls were not allowed in the military, so she had to pretend to be a boy.
My third movie is 101 Dalmatians, and this movie is about a crazy lady named Corolla. She wanted the Dalmatians fur to make clothing and stuff for her, so she basically hired people to kidnap the dogs, and the dog parents had to go find them, and they found them in the end.
My third movie is Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday is about how a mother and a daughter who were really different ended up switching roles, like physically, after going to a Chinese restaurant. They were unable to switch back for a while, so they had to figure out how to live in each other's lives, and they figured out what each other was dealing with, so it helped each other understand them more.
My fourth movie is Is Ruff, and this movie is about a 13-year-old who he was into the cosmic books, and the one that he wanted was worth a lot of money and they didn't have it. He found out that this dog show is worth $5,000, but the only problem was he didn't have a dog, so he adopted a dog without his parents really knowing, and at the end of the movie he falls in love with the dog and kept the dog.
My fourth movie is Holes. So Holes is about a story of a man who was wrongfully sent to a camp. The warden and her staff made the campers dig holes for reasons that were unknown to them. Throughout the movie, they thought something sinister was going on.
So my fifth movie is Tarzan, and this one's about a family who gets killed from a jaguar, and the baby stayed alive, so a gorilla finds him, and the jaguar was still there, and she had to fight the jaguar, and they kept the baby and raised him as if he was a gorilla, and during the movie he realizes he's not a gorilla and that he's a human, and he finds and falls in love with a girl, and yeah, you'll have to watch it.
So the fifth movie that I am suggesting is Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
I love that movie.
Me too. Mary Elizabeth is an ambitious teen, and her family and her just moved from New York City to New Jersey. Determined to make the best of it, she wanted to become the most popular girl at her school. However, that goal sets her on a collision course with Carla. Okay, now we are going to be talking about the TV shows that we are going to be recommending. So, you start.
So my first one is Wizards of Waverly Place, This show is about 3 wizards who are growing up to be, and only one of them can become the main wizard, while the other 2 would like lose their powers. This show, like, it's very funny, and it teaches you about family and friends and all of that fun stuff.
So my first show is Hannah Montana. Although she appears to be normal to most of her teachers and classmates, Maddie Stewart is living a double life. She transforms herself into Hannah Montana at night. Her secret identity is only known to her family and closest friends.
My second show is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And we actually just finished this show on our marathon. And so this show is about where 2 kids grow up in a hotel because their mom got a singing deal at the hotel, where they go on a lot of adventures and mess around with the manager, and it's really funny, and I'm sure you would enjoy it.
The second show that I'm suggesting is The Proud Family. 14-year-old Penny Proud is growing up. She is trying to gain her independence and experiences typical experiences in junior high. With help of her parents and her grandma, Penny faces all sorts of hilarious events.
The third show I'm suggesting is Girl Meets World. This show is based off the Boy Meets World, where Corey and Topanga have a daughter and son. So during this show, they are showing what Riley goes through during the high school and middle school during her high school and middle school experience. You will find out about love, family, and friends during the show, and it's just a very great show.
My third show is Kim Possible. Kim Possible looks like your average cheerleader, but in her spare time, she saves the world from supervillains. When she's not defeating the bad guys, Kim still has to deal with the typical pressures of school, family, and social life.
My fourth show is Good Luck Charlie, and this show is about a sister who decides to make videos for her little sister, so when she gets older she can look back on all the craziness that the family went through. And it shows you about family and friends and like how to get through stuff during like what you could be going through during the show.
My fourth one is That's So Raven. No ordinary teenager, Raven can see glimpses of the future. Her best friends Eddie and Chelsea help her try and change the future. Raven's younger brother Corey is obsessed with get-rich schemes.
My fifth and final show is Jessie. This show is about a girl who becomes a nanny of a rich family, and she has to like earn their respect, and because they are like wild and they don't listen to like people. And then they have a butler who like he's so funny in the show, like, and he's lazy as hell. And it's just so funny, like, looking back at the show, and how Luke, who tries to get with Jessie, and she's like a lot older than him, so it's just really funny, and you should watch it.
The fifth and final show that I'm suggesting is Sonny with a Chance. Sonny Monroe, a teenager from Wisconsin, moves to Los Angeles with her mom to join her favorite comedy show, So Random. It's not all a fairy tale, however, as she has to deal with her co-star, Tawny, and the cast of Mackenzie Falls. But she keeps her head up and a smile on her face to try and make sure everything goes okay. So those are the shows and movies that we would recommend on Disney+.
We hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope you watch these movies or shows as they come from our hearts.
We hope you guys will like and subscribe and comment below. Bye!
Bye!